Good morning everyone. Today I start a new chapter, Organic Evolution. The term evolution was coined by Herbert Spencer. Herbert Spencer coined the term evolution. E means out. Vulva means roll. Roll out means unfolding. Evolution is comparable to development of a flower from the bud. In bud we are unable to visualize the various reproductive organs, but in flower we can visualize. So unfolding. Evolution means unfolding, roll out, unfolding. In evolution we discuss the origin of life, evolution of complex organism from simple organisms in course of time. When we look at sky during clear night, we visualize the stars. Light rays emitting from the stars reach our eyes. Truly these light rays are released from the stars several millions years ago and travel several trillions kilometers, or light rays. The light year, the distance between Earth surface and stars known as light year, several trillions of kilometers. So when we look at stars during clear night means we look at past. Why? We receive light rays emitted from the stars several millions of years ago. But these light rays receive to our eyes today. So when we look at stars means we look at past time. Similarly, when we look at our surroundings, that means we are at present time. Several theories put forward to explain the organic evolution. So, in this chapter, we are going to discuss evolution of Earth, evolution of stars, evolution of universe also. Big Bang theory explain the evolution of universe. Big Bang theory explain the evolution of universe. Universe was evolved 20 billion years ago. Universe was evolved 20 billion years ago due to great explosion. The gases are condensed due to gravitational force. As a result, galaxies are formed. Solar system is in Milky Way galaxy. Our solar system, Sun and planet Earth, part of Milky Way galaxy. Milky Way galaxy. Earth was evolved 4.5 billion years ago. Earth was evolved 4.5 billion years ago. From the molten substances present on the surface of Earth, methane, ammonia, water vapor, and carbon dioxide are formed. By the action of UV rays, water split into hydrogen and oxygen. Hydrogen is lighter, so move away from the earth surface. Now oxygen react with methane and ammonia. As a result, again water is formed. So 4O2 plus 4NH3 give rise to 4 nitrogen oxide, 6 water molecule. Similarly, methane react with water. So methane reacts with oxygen, ammonia react with water, ammonia react with oxygen. As a result, nitrogen monoxide and water is formed. Similarly, oxygen react with methane. As a result, water is formed. In the primitive earth, the temperature is 5000 degrees Celsius. That's why water is in the form of water vapor. Gradually, after several millions of years, the temperature decreases. So the water reaches the earth surface in the form of rain. As a result, oceans are formed. Mineral rocks dissolves in the oceans. Mineral rocks dissolves in the ocean. As a result, free radicals are formed. CH and CH. Two free radicals are formed. From the free radicals, simple organic substances. From the simple organic substances, complex organic substances like nucleic acids. Now the nucleic acids react with protein, nucleoprotein. Nucleoprotein is a complex organic substance. From the nucleoproteins, life originated. Means first life originated from the chemicals, then onwards life originated from the existing life. It is known as co-servate theory. So we are accepting co-servate theory. Co-servate theory proposed by separately by A. Oparin and JBS Haldane. A.R. Oparin and JBS Haldane. A. Oparin of Russia and JBS Haldane of United Kingdom. They proposed the co-servate theory independently. So what is the essence of co-servate theory? Life originated, first life originated from the chemicals. Once life originated, then onwards life originated from the already existing life. It is known as co-servate theory. So we are accepting co-servate theory. Before co-servate theory, several scientists proposed several ridiculous theories, conjectured theories. Conjectured theories means so conclusion without proper proof, known as conjectured theories. Without proper evidence, so incomplete conclusion. So these are known as conjectured theories. We accepted co-servate theory. So Big Bang theory explained origin of universe. Universe was originated 20 billion years ago. Earth was evolved 4.5 billion years ago. Solar system and Earth part of the Milky Way galaxy. So Earth, when compared to universe, it is a speck. Speck means a spot. Earth is a small spot or small area in the universe. By the action of UV rays, actually from the molten area of outer surface, methane, ammonia, water vapor, carbon dioxide are formed. By the action of UV rays, water vapor split into hydrogen and oxygen. Hydrogen is lighter, move into the atmosphere. Oxygen react with ammonia, water is formed. Oxygen react with methane, water is formed. In primitive Earth, the temperature is 5000 degrees Celsius. That's why water is in the form of water vapor. After several millions of years, the temperature decreases, so water vapor condenses. As a result, it reaches the earth's surface in the form of rain. As a result, canals, rivers, oceans are formed. The mineral rocks dissolved in ocean. Several chemicals, inorganic substances, free radicals. From free radicals, simple organic substances. From simple organic substances, complex organic substances, nucleoprotein. From the nucleoprotein, cyanobacteria-like organism evolved. So once life originated, then onwards life originated from the existing life. Chemical evolution followed by biological evolution, that is the essence of co-survey theory. So proposed separately by A. Oparin and J.B.S. Haldane. These two scientists proposed the co-survey theory independently. A. Oparin of Russia, J.B.S. Haldane of United Kingdom. Now we discuss other theories. Special creation theory. Special creation theory. According to special creation theory, supernatural power is responsible for creation of flora, fauna, stars, earth, moon, sky. So based on mythology, according to special creation theory, entire universe along with the existent flora, fauna created within 6 days. The same fauna and flora present today, some fauna and flora present, plant and animal species, same plant and animal species exist in the past, and same type of plant and animal species will exist in future also, according to special creation theory. According to special creation theory, Earth was evolved 4,000 years ago. Earth was evolved 4,000 years ago. Father Saras popularized the special creation theory. It was accepted till middle of 19th century, means up to 80-50. Father Saras popularized the special creation theory. If it is correct, several extinct species, in the previous chapter we discussed, within 100 years, nearly 50% existing species going to extinct. No species is extinct. You already know dodo extinct, quagga extinct, dodo from Mauritius, quagga from South Africa, thylacine from Australia, stellar sea cow from Russia extinct. So according to special creation theory, no species is extinct. So supernatural power create all plant, animal species, sky, moon, sun, earth within 6 days. Same type of flora and fauna exist on the earth at the time of origin, and the same type of flora and fauna will exist in the future also without any change. So it is based on mythology only, and this theory was accepted till 1850. If anyone opposed before 1850, the rulers hang that person. Next one is abiogenesis. Abiogenesis. A means no, bio means life, genesis means production. So life originated from the non-living matter suddenly from the rotten meat, mud, dew, that is known as abiogenesis. Aristotle, Plato, are the supporters of abiogenesis. You already know Aristotle is the father of biology and zoology. They are the supporters of abiogenesis. So, frog evolved from the mud, housefly evolved from the rotten meat. So, abiogenesis, also known as spontaneous generation, also known as spontaneous generation. Spontaneous generation theory. Spontaneous generation theory. According to this theory, life originated suddenly from the non-living things, from the rotten meat, mud, or dew. Aristotle, Plato were the supporters of abiogenesis. Biogenesis. Biogenesis, life originated from the already existing life. Louis Pasteur, Francesco Redi. Louis Pasteur, Francesco Redi are the supporters of biogenesis. According to biogenesis, life originated from the already existing life. Louis Pasteur disproved abiogenesis with the help of a swan neck flask experiment. Swan neck means long neck. He kept yeast. Dead yeast, in a pre-sterilized flask. Pre-sterilized means they sterilized the flask. After sterilization, they kept the yeast. Sterilization. So, due to sterilization, in a sterilized apparatus, pathogens, microorganisms unable to survive. So, he kept dead yeast. After some time, he observed no new yeast. That means life not evolved from the pre-existing life. Already that is a dead yeast. In another flask, normal flask, not sterilized flask, he kept dead yeast. After some time he observed some yeast cells are performing budding, means living yeast. So, in the textbook given, yeast evolved from the dead yeast. That is not correct. So, swan neck flask, the yeast present in the atmospheric air enter into the flask. The yeast undergo budding, new yeast is formed. That means life originated from the already existing life only. Life never evolved from the abiotic, means non-living matter suddenly. Another experiment also, Louis Pasteur conducted another experiment, swan neck flask. He kept the broth, closed the flask with lid. What is broth? Meat soup. After few days, he observed no microorganisms seen in broth. Later, he had broken the neck of the flask. Now the microorganisms enter into flask. They feed on broth. They reproduce within few days. Large number of microorganisms seen in the meat broth. It indicates that life originated from the already existing life. Life never evolved from the non-living matter suddenly. So, Francesco Redi disproved the spontaneous generation or abiogenesis, but this theory also failed to explain how life originated. According to biogenesis, life originated from the already existing life. How the life is evolved? So, the life evolved from the already existing. How that existing life evolved? That means biogenesis failed to explain the evolution of living organisms. Next one is panspermia. Panspermia or cosmozoic theory. Panspermia or cosmozoic theory. According to panspermia or cosmozoic theory, life originated somewhere in the cosmos. Cosmos means universe. Life originated somewhere in the cosmos. So after evolution, the life migrated to earth in the form of thick spores. Thick spores. Till today, some astronomers accepted the cosmozoic theory. According to cosmozoic theory, life evolved somewhere in the universe. After evolution, life migrated to planet Earth in the form of thick spores. Cosmozoic theory, also known as panspermia. Next one is theory of catastrophism. Theory of catastrophism, proposed by George Cuvier. George Cuvier proposed the catastrophism. Catastrophe means natural calamity, earthquake, volcanic eruption, floods, drought, tsunami. These are the catastrophe. According to catastrophism or theory of catastrophism, existing flora and fauna perished during catastrophe. After every catastrophe, new flora and fauna evolved with advanced characters. Catastrophism. So the recent theory is co-surveyed theory. First, life originated from the chemicals. Then onwards, life originated from the pre-existing life. So that is co-surveyed theory. So we accepted the co-surveyed theory. So these are the different theories. Special creation theory, supernatural power create the life. So that is discarded. Next one is abiogenesis. Life originated from the non-living things. So that is discarded. Biogenesis. Life originated from the already existing life. Biogenesis. Supporters of biogenesis, Francesco Redi and Louis Pasteur. Louis Pasteur disproved the abiogenesis with the long swan neck flask, means long neck flask experiment. He took the pre-sterilized flask contained dead yeast. Sterilized means microorganisms unable to grow. So he kept dead yeast. After few days he observed only dead yeast. He took another flask, not sterilized. In the another flask he took the dead yeast. After few days he observed live yeast also present in the flask. It is not mean that the yeast evolved from the dead yeast. The yeast present in the atmosphere enter into the flask and undergo budding. As a result, several yeast cells seen in the flask. So this theory or this experiment support the so this experiment disprove the abiogenesis. Next one is cosmozoic theory or panspermia. Life originated somewhere in the cosmos and it migrated to earth in the form of thick spores. Catastrophism. Cuvier proposed the catastrophism. At every catastrophe, existing flora fauna perished. After every catastrophe, new flora and fauna. Flora, you already know, plant species, fauna, animal species. New flora and fauna evolved with advanced characters. So we accepted the co-surveyed theory. Co-surveyed chemical evolution followed by biological evolution. Three more theories: Lamarckism, Darwinism, mutation theory. Now we discuss Lamarckism. Jean-Baptiste de Lamarck was a French biologist. He wrote Philosophy Zoologique. In 1809, he wrote Philosophy Zoologique in 1809. In his book, he explained the process of organic evolution with the help of three principles: influence of environment, use and disuse theory, inheritance of acquired characters. Inheritance of acquired characters. He explained the process of organic evolution with the help of three principles: influence of environment, use and disuse theory, inheritance of acquired character. According to influence of environment, if any change occur in the environment, change also occur in the organisms live in that environment. No change in the environment, no change occur in the organism live in that environment. For example, here grasses and herbs are present in a particular area, grasses and herbs. So due to drought, all grasses perished. So previously the organism feed on grasses capable to feed on herb, then only they survive. Otherwise, previously in that area 20 grass feeding insects and 15 herb feeding insects are present. So after this change in the environment, only 15 species are alive out of 35 species. So that is the influence of environment. If any change occur in the environment, change occur in the organisms living in that environment, no change occur in the environment, no change occur in the organisms living in that environment. Next one, use and disuse theory. Organism utilize some organs continuously. The organ utilized by the organism increases. Disuse means not use. The organism continuously misuse or disuse some organ. Those organs diminishes, reduces. It is known as use and disuse theory. Due to change in the environment, previously the organism utilized one organ. Due to change in the environment, now the organism misuse that organ and utilize another organ. As a result, what happened? Due to influence of environment, use and disuse theory, the organism gain some characters. These characters are known as acquired characters. The organism gained some character during their lifetime, known as acquired characters. For example, previously that animal contained limbs. Due to fear, so at the time, with the help of limbs, it walk, run on the land. Due to fear from the enemies, that animal enter into burrows. In burrows, it is unable to utilize the limbs, so it misuse the limbs. So limbs diminishes, and at the same time it stretches the body, so body become elongated. So due to influence of environment, use and disuse, previously well-developed limbs are present, now well-developed elongated. So in this manner, due to influence of environment and use and disuse, organisms gain some characters known as acquired characters. So third one is inheritance of acquired character. Inheritance means a transmission of character from one generation to another generation. The acquired character transferred to next generation, known as inheritance of acquired characters. Now we discuss these principles with the help of examples. Giraffe. The present day giraffe have long neck and long forelimb. The ancestors of present day giraffe had short neck. They resemble like deer. So due to drought condition, previously several grasses are available. Due to grass condition, so grass is not available. So that is the change in the, so that is the influence of environment, change in the environment. At the time, they forcibly try to reach the foliage of the trees. To reach the foliage, they stretch the forelimb, stretch the neck. So in the same generation, neck and forelimb slightly increases. Increased neck and forelimb is the acquired character. This acquired character inherited to next generation. Next generation also utilize the neck and forelimbs to reach the greater forelegs. In the next generation also, neck and forelimbs increases, and increased neck and forelimb gained character. After several generations, the present day long neck giraffes were evolved. So evolution of present day giraffe example for use and inheritance of acquired characters. Similarly, Lamarck also explained evolution of present day snakes. Evolution of present day snakes. Snakes evolved from limbed animals, contain limbs. Due to fear from the enemies, they enter into burrows. In burrows, they fail to utilize the limbs. As a result, limb size diminishes from generation to generation. Misuse. To perform locomotion, they stretch the body. Body become elongated. Limb size decreases. Finally, limbless snakes with elongated body evolved. So evolution of snakes, example for disuse and inheritance of acquired characters. Giraffe example for use and inheritance of acquired character. Snakes example for disuse and inheritance of acquired character. Once again, the present day giraffe have long neck and long forelimb, but the ancestors of present day giraffe resemble like deer with short neck and short forelimb. So due to drought condition, what happened? Influence of environment. At one time severe drought. At the time they fail to obtain the food, grasses. So they try to reach the foliage, leaves of the trees or branches. To reach the branches, they stretch the neck. Means they utilize the neck and utilize the forelimb. So that means they use, that's why their neck and forelimb size increases. Increased forelimb and neck are the acquired characters. Acquired characters inherited to next generation. Acquired character inherited to next generation. In this manner, present day long neck and long forelimb giraffes were evolved. Next one, evolution of present day snakes. The ancestors of present day snakes have well developed limbs. Due to fear from the enemies, they enter into burrows. In burrows, they fail to utilize the limbs. So for locomotion, they stretch the body. They utilize the body. That's why body become elongated. They misuse the limbs. That's why limb size diminishes, decreases from generation to generation. After several generations, the present day snakes were evolved. August Weismann. August Weismann conducted decarnalization experiment. August Weismann conducted decarnalization experiment. D means remove. remove the tail. He took 2 rats and removed the tail. Remove the tail and cross the rats. At the time they are without tail. So absence of tail is a acquired character. If acquired character inherited to next generation, in the next generation the rats without tail should evolve. But in F1 generation means sons and daughters. In F1 generation, rats with normal tail produced. Rats with normal tail. Rats with normal tail are produced. Again, in F1 generation, remove the tail and again cross the F1 rats. He continue up to 20th generation. In F20, first generation also, rats with normal tail evolved. That means acquired character never inherited to next generation. So he proposed the germplasm theory. He discarded the inheritance of acquired characters. Acquired characters never inherited to next generation. If acquired character inherited to next generation, so no one should read doctor son become doctor, lawyer son become lawyer. So why they acquired characters during their lifetime and transfer these characters to next generation? So by birth they possess all these abilities. So that is not correct. Acquired characters never inherited. Another point, athlete perform vigorous exercise, develop muscular body, and their progeny never with muscular body, never produce with muscular body. Maybe the sons and daughters of athlete may have muscular body. Again they need practice. Similarly, women wear ornament since several generations. To wear ornaments, make holes in the nose and ear pinna for several generations. If the acquired character is inherited, so before marriage only, she possesses holes in the nose and ear pinna. So she should give birth to young ones with holes in nose and ear pinna. But no human baby born with holes in nose and ear pinna. It indicates that acquired characters never inherited to next generation. So August Weismann germplasm theory is the death blow to Lamarckism. The scientist community accepted influence of environment and use and disuse. As a result, organism gained some character in their lifetime, but these characters never inherited to next generation. So they discarded the inheritance of acquired characters. Inheritance of acquired character is not correct. First 2 principles correct only. Due to influence of environment, change occur in the organism, live in that environment. Due to use and disuse also, some organ increases, some organ diminishes. But these characters are never inherited to next generation. So after decartilization experiment, August Weismann explained germplasm theory. August Weismann conducted decartilization. What is decartilization? D means remove. Remove the tail. He took the 2 rats, remove the tail. Now he crossed the rats. In F1 generation, he expected rats without tail. But in F1 generation, rats with normal tail evolved. Again, so he cut the tail and crossed them till 20th generation. In 21st generation also, rats with normal tail. So size of the tail also not decreases. It indicates that acquired characters never inherited. For example, one person met with an accident and he had only 1 limb. So his sons and daughters not possess 1 limb. His sons and daughter possess 2 limbs. So absence of limb is a acquired character he gained during his lifetime. Unfortunately, he met with an accident. He lost one limb. And this character never inherited to next generation. Now, August Weismann explained germplasm theory. Germplasm theory was proposed by August Weismann. According to germplasm, changes in the germplasm only inherited to next generation. Changes in the somatoplasm never inherited. So protoplasm is of two types according to germplasm theory: somatoplasm and germplasm. What is protoplasm? Nucleus and cytoplasm present around the nucleus, collectively known as protoplasm. Protoplasm present in the somatic cells, known as somatoplasm. Protoplasm present in the gametes, germplasm. What are gametes? Spermatozoa and ova. Changes in the somatoplasm never inherited to next generation. Changes in the germplasm only inherited to next generation. So germplasm theory, according to germplasm theory, protoplasm is of two types: somatoplasm and germplasm. Changes in the somatoplasm never inherited to next generation. Only changes in the germplasm, only from one person to next generation, only germplasm is inherited. So any changes in the somatoplasm not inherited to next generation. This is about germplasm theory. Till today, some people support the Lamarck, known as Neo-Lamarckist. Neo-Lamarckist. Till today, some scientists support the Lamarck, known as the Neo-Lamarckist. Cope, Osborne, Packard, Paul Kammerer, Cope, Osborne, Packard, Paul Kammerer are known as Neo-Lamarckists. Paul Kammerer forcefully exposed Proteus sanguinus. Proteus sanguinus is a cave-dwelling. Proteus sanguinus is a cave-dwelling amphibia. It lives in caves only. It never exposed to light, but with the help of rope, they tie to expose, always exposed to sunlight during daytime. So actually Proteus sanguinus have pale color skin and eyes are vestigial. So Proteus sanguinus has pale color skin. Why? Light and temperature influence the pigmentation. No light in caves. That's why pale color skin, eyes are vestigial. So Paul Kammerer forcefully exposed Proteus sanguinus to sunlight. After few days, pale color skin become dark color. Pale color skin become dark color. Eyes become functional. Eyes become functional, and these characters inherited to next generation. So changes in the somatoplasm, skin color, eyes functional, these are the changes in the somatoplasm, they inherited to next generation. So in that case, Lamarck theory is correct only. Changes in the somatoplasm inherited to next generation. Truly here Proteus Paul Kemmerer forcefully exposed the Proteus sanguinus to sunlight. In nature, no Proteus sanguinus exposed to sunlight. So that's why it is not applicable to natural population. So changes in the somatoplasm inherited to next generation only in primitive animals participating in budding. Similarly, plants developing by vegetative propagation only. In higher plants and in higher animals, changes in the somatoplasm not inherited to next generation. So Paul Kemmerer forcefully exposed the Proteus sanguinus to sunlight. So actually in all Proteus sanguinus, skin color is pale color, eyes are non-functional. After few days of exposure to sunlight, pale color skin become dark color, non-functional eyes become functional, and they reproduce, or during reproduction they transfer the dark color and functional eyes to the next generation, mean changes in the somatoplasm inherited to next generation. That's why Neo-Lamarckist, till today some scientists support the Lamarckism known as Neo-Lamarckist. Neo-Lamarckists argue Lamarck theory is correct. So it is correct only in hypothetical condition. So Proteus sanguinus, no Proteus sanguinus exposed to sunlight. So he forcefully exposed to sunlight, that's why these changes occur. So it is not applicable to natural population. So Lamarck theory is correct only in some primitive animals which participating in budding. So somatoplasm inherited to next generation, and similarly the plants developed by vegetative propagation also somatoplasm inherited to next generation. But in most of the plant, most of the animals and in higher plants, changes in the somatoplasm not inherited. Only changes in the germplasm inherited to next generation. So this is about Lamarck theory. So he explained his theory with three principles: influence of environment, use and disuse, and inheritance of acquired character. The scientist community rejected the third principle. Every organism gained some character during their lifetime, but these gained characters never inherited to next generation.